You know that question when people say, if you could talk to your past self, what would you say? If I could go back 10 years from now, what advice would I give to myself? For the first time in my life, I'm realizing that I would not say a single thing. I would let everything play out exactly the way it played out. Because I believe that if I gave myself any advice, it would lead to a detour in my journey. And then that small detour could deter me from ever reaching this point that I am in my life right now. I probably wouldn't be sitting in front of a camera, or I probably wouldn't even be doing YouTube, to be honest. But I feel like if I ever gave myself a single piece of advice, things probably would have turned out differently, which at the time I would have viewed it as a good thing. But in the long run, I might have missed out on experiences, I might have missed out on lessons, I might have missed out on teachings and overall knowledge that I could apply to my life right now, and I could use to basically project into the world. These posters behind me are from a show called One Piece. Now, this person up here, let me tell you a little story. This person up here, his aspiration is to be the Pirate King. Now, in order to become the Pirate King, you need to find a treasure called the One Piece. Now, the One Piece was hidden by a previous Pirate King. One day they come across by the way, this Pirate King has already long passed away. He's dead. But one day they come across the Pirate King's right hand man. They come across his right hand man. And this person here, another member of his crew, when they meet that right hand man, he goes straight up to him and he's like, "Hey, old guy, is it true the One Piece exists? Where is it? Da, 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 da." Things you would expect people to say. And this captain right here, he immediately screams his name and yells at him to stop. Just completely stop. And he says that he doesn't even want to know if the One Piece exists. He doesn't want to know where it is. He doesn't want to know anything that the right hand man of the previous pirate captain could ever tell him. Because he doesn't want to skip any form part of his journey. He wants to be able to do it himself. He doesn't want to take any detours. He doesn't want to skip any islands that he may get to where he could have specific experiences. He doesn't want to skip any chapters in his life that could be a part of his overall journey. And I view it the same way as that question. I feel like if I were to go back in time and feed myself bits of advice here and there, I would that version of me would have used the advice that I had been given to skip certain points of my life, to skip certain chapters of my life where I learned very important lessons, even though as painful as they were and as damaging as they were. Every painful experience that I have ever had, I have always learned something from. I've never had a painful experience and not learned something from or walked away just knowing nothing. And if I ever skipped those experiences, I don't think I would be who I am today. And I wouldn't have the mindset that I do have today. I think the overall lesson to be learned here is to take your journey one step at a time. Do not try and skip any of it, even if it feels like an entire filler episode or it feels like things that are not important to your own story. Do not try and skip anything because there is a lesson to be learned from absolutely anything, no matter what shape or form it has. It may feel kind of silly, but view your life as a show. There are parts that are canon to your story, and there are parts that may be filler to your overall story. They may not have any overall importance to the overall storyline of your actual life, but it doesn't mean it doesn't provide some form of entertainment, experience, teachings, or just overall fun and enjoyment. Things that you can use to help increase the way you value life. You can learn something from anything, but you do not learn nothing from something. So you may not see it now, but you could always learn something from absolutely anything in this world. Anything from this world can teach you a lesson, no matter how unimportant or how relevant it may be. I'm literally staring out the window right now. There's a building with blue, white, and purple lights. The lights also change colors, and they change colors roughly about every 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 seconds. That's a lesson I've learned right now. I've learned that the lights on top of those buildings roughly change colors every 3 seconds. Now it sounds stupid, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, it's still a lesson learned.